On today's video, we're going to create some buttermilk biscuits. Now, we have already done this before in the past, but you know what? This one's a little simpler, a little quicker. Sometimes it is good to have more than one recipe to do the same thing. Hey, check these out right here. Aren't those awesome looking? Heck yeah. Oh man, and they do smell good. I tell you what, we're going to create those things here in a second. Welcome to Gourmet Fishing. I'm your host, David Murray. Hey, right there, we're going to get started making those biscuits right now. Let's get started on our buttermilk biscuits. We've got 7 ingredients, simple, quick, and easy. We got 2 cups of all-purpose flour right there. We've got 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Right here, we've got a 1/4 teaspoon each of salt and baking soda. Pink Himalayan salt again. Hey, it's just one of those things I do. Any salt will work just fine. We got 2 tablespoons of confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar. We got 3/4 cup of buttermilk, and right here we've got 3 tablespoons of cold butter, and I've kind of sort of just thinly cut it. I think I've got maybe 3 to 4 slices out of a tablespoon, and that's gonna, when we break that up, that's gonna help everything come together here in a second. So I tell you what, let's get started. We're gonna add our baking powder just like so. We're gonna come in here, we're gonna add our salt and our baking soda, and then we'll wind it up with our confectioner's sugar. Put this right over here. I'm going to use this once, and what I'm going to do is just kind of sort of mix all those little dry ingredients together to get them, you know, dispersed throughout our flour. There we are. I knew the mess was going to be coming. So now, how about that? That was pretty simple, wasn't it? Okay, next, what are we going to do? We're going to come in with our butter, and we're just going to kind of break it up into smaller pieces, just like so. Nothing too fancy. Going to kind of make a little mess, have fun with it, just like so. All right. Yep. Bingo. Just like that. Like this. Okay. Now, how are we going to mix that together? We're going to use this little doohickey right here. That's a pastry blender. If you don't have one of those, a couple of forks, a couple of knives will kind of sort of do the same thing that this does. But we're going to come in and we're just going to start pressing down on the butter, which is then in turn getting into our flour mixture. And we're just going to continue to do this until we don't have any of these situations right here, which is our butter clumping up. And the flour mixture is going to be just a tad mealy. All right, so what, you know, I'm trying to just kind of get in here and on the sides, and I'm just kind of, you know, punching it down in there, and then I'll you know, use my finger to kind of knock it out from between the little what do you want to call those? The little wire doohickey loopy thingies. So we're just going to do this and continue to incorporate that butter and this flour mixture for our biscuits. Oh yeah, I think we are just about incorporating. It'll take about a minute or so, minute and a half maybe, to kind of get all of our butter incorporated into our flour mixture, and we're one step closer to getting them into the oven. You know what? I tell you. Yep, I think we're done. We are done blending with our pastry blender. Next, we're going to come in. We're going to add our buttermilk, and we're just about done. Now I'm going to put this over here, and you know what? I'm going to grab a wooden spoon, and we're just going to combine our butter flour mixture with our buttermilk, just like that. Heck yeah, we're going to try to get it combined as much as possible before we get into our kneading position here. So let's get everything mixed up just like so. Yep, I think we are just about ready to begin kneading. And Neat thing is we only need to knead this about 4 to 6 times. So let me get this out of the way. You know, that's fine. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Now we got us a clean, almost a clean surface. So we're going to come in, we're going to just toss some flour on top, just like so. And then we're going to turn this out just like that, almost. And it's still a little bit of dry, but that'll be all right. We'll be able to work that in there. Put this here. Now I'm just going to come in and just kind of sort of bring it all together, just like that. So I haven't started kneading yet, but there we are. So now let's come in here, get this shaped like this, and now we're going to begin kneading. We're going to come in and we're going to push away with the palm of our hand, just like so. Pull it back on top of itself, just like that. And now you can tell how this whole thing is starting to come together. You can do this 2 more times, like so, and like so. How about that? Now it's not breaking up anymore. And what you don't want to over knead this, because that'll make that dough got real tough, and your end result will not be what we're looking for, where it's nice and light and fluffy. So we got this guy here. Now I'm going to come back, add a little bit more flour, just like so. And I'm going to come down and grab a rolling pin, which I forgot to get out. And now we're just going to come in and we're going to roll out our dough like this. Want to get about, I don't know, maybe a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch thick, just like so. And then we will punch out our biscuits. So you know what? Now, you know, we got a couple of different, you know, biscuit cutters. I think it's probably about a 2.5 inch. So we're just going to come in just like that. Now we've got ourselves a little small baking pan. I'm not sure how many we were going to get, between 6, 8, maybe 10 biscuits out. So I'm going to come in just like that, and we transfer it over and get them as close as you can, just like that. Voila, we got our biscuits. Yes, sir. Man, he's going to be good here in a minute. Can we get, yeah, I think we can get one more. Just like that. Now, was that 6? That's 8. Let's see here. I'm going to come in and I'm just going to kind of bring this back together, kind of as softly as possible, so we're not overworking our dough. Come back, grab our rolling pin, and might be able to get 2 more out of this thing. Let's see what we can do. Just like that. All right. How's that? Yep. Have a little design on it. And there went the GoPro. That always makes for an excitement there. So, anyway, we'll deal with that in a second. Right. Yes, sir. We are almost. That's 9. Are we going to get 10 out of this? I think we are. There we go. We got 10 biscuits. I guess you could probably work and get 1 more out of there. I'm not gonna worry about that. We'll just kind of sort of hide him. Right. Heck, man, who knows? You know what? Let's do this. We'll get. Nah, I ain't gonna worry about it. So what we've done is we have got our oven preheated to 450 degrees. That does seem a little warm, but that's okay, because we're only going to cook these for about 10 minutes. Then we'll check on them, and at the most 12. Oh yeah, I think they are done. Heck yeah, I've got a nice little browning kind of sort of on top, a little bit of nice golden look to it. Heck yeah, man, that looks awesome. Now this sucker is hot, so what I like to do is come in and put my biscuits on a nice little wire rack right there, so they can cool, and it keeps the bottom from getting a little overcooked after, you know, even after you take it out of the oven and you got something hot like this. It's still gonna, that heat, that residual heat is still going to cook whatever you're cooking, not biscuits, anything. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and plate this thing up. You know, there's nothing magical about this. Yeah, check these. These are the ones right at the end that we made that we didn't really roll out or combine. So, you know, we're going to put those over here underneath everything else. But I mean, check those out. Those are awesome looking. Heck yeah. So we just can come in and, I don't know, we'll just play around just like that. How about that, man? Heck yeah. That is our second recipe for buttermilk biscuits. Check those things out. I tell you what. You know what? I did do a little prep up here. I tell you what. Let's grab one of these guys. I'm gonna grab this guy here. Move you back. Let's see what this thing's gonna taste like. Come in just with a knife. Cut it. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Check that out. That looks good. I got me a little bit of a little bit. I got a lot of butter, don't I? Come in here just like this. What do we got here? Oh man, that smells good. I tell you what. Got a little crunch on the bottom. Give me a second. Hold on. And I tell you what. Right now, I'm getting a little bit of that sweetness right at the end. After you kind of chew away, you get a little bit of sweetness right at the end, and then it's time for you to go back and grab yourself another bite. I'm not going to do that quite yet. Hey man, y'all please try that recipe right there. And speaking of recipe, try the original one that we did a handful of months ago right here. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. I tell you what, until next time, God bless, and we'll see you soon.